Sean Myers of the Westmoreland Sports Network, now joined by the new girls basketball coach for Hempfield area, Bob Madison. First off, congratulations and thanks for taking the time. I'm sure it has to be very exciting for you. What was your reaction when you found out you were officially hired to lead this basketball program?
Hey, thanks. Excitement, something that, when the position came available, I obviously applied and really looking forward to working with the girls. It's a program that I think has a lot of potential, and really just looking forward to getting started with everyone.
Now, I know you said you see potential with the Spartans girls basketball team. What really was attractive about the position to you that made you go ahead and apply and want to ultimately get this head coaching job?
Yeah, so obviously very familiar with a lot of the girls within the district and who played for the team last year. But not only my relationship with them, but I have relationships with girls who have played in the past and did not continue to play at the high school level. Several of them, when the position came open, talked to me about wanting to get back into playing basketball and expressed interest in playing again if I got the job. So I thought that it was something that, if I was able to take over the program, I could maybe get the numbers up, get some of these athletes who previously played basketball, who no longer do, back involved and maybe do some good things.
And for those unaware, you obviously have ties to Hempfield area because you're an assistant with the very successful softball program that enjoyed another terrific campaign in the spring. You're the husband of the head coach, Tina Madison. Yeah. How does that position with the softball team and all the success that you've enjoyed there, how does that maybe ease this acclimation and help you?
Oh, it makes it so much easier. Girls like Sarah Pockle, who, is an outstanding basketball player, but also an outstanding softball player. She's our starting second baseman. Allie Cervolo is our starting shortstop on the softball team. She plays basketball. Mia Shipman is another girl, really good basketball player. She plays softball as well. And, those kids, I have relationships with and encourage me to apply. And then using my relationships with them, I think, is something that is going to benefit me with getting numbers up. And also, there's several other softball girls that I've been in touch with that I reference. They no longer play basketball, but they've expressed interest in playing again. So I think, coaching softball has really helped in that regard, just because relationships.
Well, we think of the varsity program at Hempfield for softball, incredibly successful, but it starts at a much younger age. So some of these girls who came up winning at West Point and things of that nature, how does success in softball or even some of the athletic traits in softball potentially translate over to the hardwood?
It's a culture of winning on the softball side, right? It's winning is what is expected. The feeder programs throughout the area do a good job of getting girls introduced to the sport. It's not like it was 20 years ago, at least on the softball side, where, West Point and some of these other programs that are locally are feeding into the high school program. The travel ball scene has really exploded. I have two, who are in 7th grade that play travel ball, softball. So really, but it's not necessarily so much the local leagues anymore that are continuing. The girls are continuing to play with. They're introducing the game to them at a young age, and then a lot of these girls are then getting into the travel ball scene. But the biggest thing I'm seeing with the basketball side of things is we don't have that. There's not a whole lot of local opportunity for these girls to play. And that's something I'm really going to work hard on to get going, because you need to introduce these girls to the game at an early age, get them to fall in love with it. And then, continue to play through or get involved in an AAU program, whatever it may be. But we need to get them playing basketball. The biggest rec program we have in the area is Hempfield Rec. They do offer programs, but they're co-ed. and there's a lot of girls who don't want to play with boys. So that's something I really want to, fix or change to get things rolling here. I think having that background and having younger kids in the district is an advantage to me because I know the inner workings of it all. So it's something that, we kind of have in other areas, but we don't have in girls basketball specifically.
Well, we talk about your background with softball, and regarding basketball, you have experience as well as a coach and assistant at Laurel Highlands a handful of years ago. What did you learn during that time in an assistant role that can now benefit you?
Yeah, I think anytime you work as an assistant and you go into something and you're working with other people, you can pick their brain for ideas and things. And, you might think of things one way and someone else thinks of it differently, and it opens your eyes, and you learn from each other. The biggest thing for my time at Laurel Highlands is it's a huge commitment if you want to run a program the right way, and we see that on the softball side of things too here. But putting in the time, a lot of studying tape, looking into your opponents, practice planning, working with the coaches of the younger ages, your middle school coaches, your elementary level leagues and coaches, things like that. It's a lot. And being introduced to it previously at Laurel Highlands was good because I kind of had an idea of, it gives me an idea of how I want to do things here. Laurel Highlands, when we took over, was not in a good shape, and we left the program in a better situation than when we found it. And I'm hoping to do some of the same here. Not that, I think Coach Brush did a really good job. I think he was a really good coach. But I'm going to do some things my way and try to get the youth involved. And, you really see how important it is to have a good youth program and how it helps your high school teams.
And you talk about your predecessor, Tom Brush. So the program, I think, maybe made some strides over the last couple of years, but still was shy of the playoffs last year. And they compete against some of the very best teams, not only in the WPIAL, but I would say in the state of Pennsylvania for girls basketball. With that in mind, what goals do you have both immediately and in the long term to maybe take this program to a higher level?
Make the playoffs, right? We got to get it. We got to, break that ceiling, that glass ceiling. And get in, and then once we get in, we need to make some noise. So not only do I, a goal is to make the playoffs. I want to win a playoff game, at least one, if not more. I like what we have coming back. We have some ball players. I think I'm going to get some more athletes out for the team who are going to be able to help us. So I think the playoff goal is very attainable, and then long term, compete for WPIAL and PIA titles. That's the goal. That's why we're in high school athletics, right? To get these kids to have these meaningful games and experiences, and then they can take that with them, throughout their adulthood. That's it. Those are the goals. Those are going to be the standards. Obviously, I'm realistic, and I know it's going to take a little bit of time, but that's it. Those are the goals.
Lastly, I know a lot of people are familiar with you already in the Hempfield area community, and you're very familiar with the community yourself. What makes it special to you?
There's just a lot of really good people that are in this district. I went up to the volleyball game last night and went and watched, some of the basketball players. I wanted to go up and introduce myself to some of the ones I didn't know, go up see some of our softball girls as well, who I'm trying to pull into the basketball side. But, very supportive. Everybody's very supportive. A lot of positive comments, people coming up to me, telling me, how excited they are for me. If I need anything, to please let them know. It's a really good community with good people, and they care about the programs here. And, a lot of support. Brandon Rapp, our athletic director, is outstanding. He's a really, really good guy. He'll do anything for you. I'm really excited to work with him. It's just a really, really nice community. Great place to raise your kids. Really good academics. There's really no negatives.
Well, we appreciate the time. And are you going to get any advice from your wife on how to win some championships?
Yeah. I saw a tweet the other day that when the school board approved it, that said husband of Tina Madison. So I guess that's my title these days, is husband of Tina. But my wife, and I'm sure she's going to throw her 2 cents in, here and there. But she's somebody that I'm going to rely on and lean on, because she's really good at what she does and knows how to do things. And, we work really well together, and I'm going to try to steal some of her softball players and bring them over to the hardwood. So I'll be working with her, with some logistical things with that too. So we'll be, she's my biggest supporter. So, she'll be giving me her opinion though, for sure.
Sounds like a wise decision to listen to that advice. Bob, thanks so much for doing this. We appreciate the time, and good luck this upcoming season.
Hey, thank you. I appreciate it.